How's everyone doing? We're going to look at the next set of locks in the Kunze lock flow. Okay, the next one we're going to do is a cradle lock. We're going to use the same entry to get in. So you're going to give me a right punch, I'm going to catch it, come here, hit. This arm's going to come around, I'm going to put this hand, if I was to fold his arm, it would go right here above to kind of get the leverage point, and his wrist is going to sit inside the crook of my arm. I can support it by putting the other hand on it and then drive him down. Some of your hitting options here is, of course, you can stomp on the foot, that works well. You can drive your knee into a sciatic nerve, that's very painful. Of course, you have the knee to the face. If you want to get him to the ground, you can come around, sweep, drive him down that way, and get some other stuff there. A few other cool tricks that can be done off of this one is, go and switch sides with me. Do the same punch. Catch it here, and you get him in that cradle. You could kind of run him around pretty good. Another thing is good that you can run him walk off. And of course you have one variation on this too. And this first one we're showing, you want to throw? Here, in this first one we're showing, the arm's basically straight. Sometimes it will fold over and you'll get it this way. Pretty much everything still applies if it folds. And if we do get him on this cradle, go ahead and shoot, and I feel that he's fighting me or something coming in and going that way, of course I can roll back under a wrist lock from that position. Cradle arm lock works very well on the fighting arm dummy as well. We'll show that one using the same entry. I catch, come in, punch. This arm's going to snake around. It does articulate like a human being would, and then you'll notice that it is not folding. I am on the tricep, so I can apply that and put some force on it and it's staying in place. Again, I have my options to kick, hit the bag, and all of that. Now we'll do cradle arm lock. We did it from the other side, and again we can treat right and left the same. It doesn't really matter. Come up, give me a hit, I go up from here, and I put the lock on and apply pressure. Okay, next one we're going to do is an upward arm lock. This one really isn't my favorite, but I'm going to show it for completion. Getting your right punch, entry's going to stay the same. There's two ways they do this. The first way is with the palm. Again, we want to get on this side. You don't really want to go on the elbow. You don't have much pressure there as if you come up here, it hurts more. I like to put my elbow into my body as kind of a support thing, and then you pull down on the arm and get him up. The second way is to do it with the arm. I like this if it was like ballistic, so if you threw that punch, I come here and then I catch it with an uppercut and hit with the groin or whatever. But they will do it as a stance lock from this position to get him up. Throws don't come too well off of this, but these are kind of good come-alongs because you get him on his tippy toes and I can move him around. So if I have him up this way, I can kind of take him up and walk and go. That works pretty well. Again, also too, one more time please, come in. Catch this, you have a lot of other shots of the legs, feet, and all that kind of good stuff. So that would be the upward arm lock. Okay, also with the upward arm lock, we can flow into other locks. The kind of trick to this is the lock you want to go into is the opposite of the one you just applied. So, for example, come in real slow. If I get to here, and I start to put the lock on, and Manuel starts to fight me like folding down, the thing that feels best to go to is that cradle. That one kind of happens very easily. So from here, and then also from here, which will be our next lock, if he fights me and he kind of crouches down, I can go down this way and take him in that direction. So that would be two options to flow to out of the upward arm lock. Okay, the upward arm lock on the fighting arm dummy. We're going to start out with the same entry, going to catch, come up, get our first shot in to soften him up, and then we're going to come up, put our hand on the tricep, getting behind the elbow. You can use the palm of the hand, or we can use it instead of our forearm, and this can either be a block or it can be kind of a ballistic shot hitting. Main point is to stay on that tricep. The other thing is you want his thumb pointing up. One more time. Catch, here, hit, up. That would be the upward arm lock. next on the list is a downward arm lock, which you haven't guessed is the opposite of an upward arm lock. Pretty easy to figure this one out. There is, he's going to punch, come in and catch. I'm going to twist so that his thumb is pointing down to the ground. If you go any farther than that, you don't get that pressure correctly, and then he ends up rolling into another lock. You want his thumb pointing to the ground. Again, not on the elbow, but slightly above it. You're going to take your forearm and kick him down. Of course, takedown, sweep of the leg works as before, and all of that. Another kind of neat trick you can do is shove him in this direction. Go really slow with that. If I have this lock on, if I can get over here, shove him over here, I can sweep that foot and get him down. And that would be the downward arm lock. The downward arm lock is the opposite, like we said. Pretty much the same kind of deal. You want to get on the tricep, but the main thing is after we catch, we need to twist his arm so his thumb is pointing down to the ground. So again, off the same catch, get our hit. We're going to twist his arm, come down and lower our weight on our right hand, pushing down while lifting up with this hand. Talked a little bit about flowing from one lock to the other, and I said always use the opposite. What that basically means is if I'm doing a lock that basically is taking a guy to the left, for instance, the average person is going to resist by pushing to the right. If you try to take it to the left, it's going to try to fight you to the right. So you want to have a lock that will allow you to roll in the opposite direction. Same thing for up, down, whatever. So let's say, for instance, there we go with that upward and downward lock. If I catch it on the wrist, and I'm holding at the wrist so that we don't have to play in this hand and not losing anything, and I come up to hit and I don't quite get it and he pushes down, his energy is going towards the floor. So it's the most economical thing for me to do to flow into a lock that goes in that direction. So when we say flow into another lock, we mean flow to a lock that has the opposite direction of the one you're using. Thanks for checking out another video. If you guys get a chance, check out the website. Got some more cool stuff coming up on there, and we'll see you next time.